Well, while most of the world is looking at Qatar 2022, there's also been some big developing stories in regards to cricket. To discuss this and more is Neeru Bhatia. She's the Deputy Chief of Bureau and the sports writer at The Week magazine, and she joins us again on TSB. Thanks again for your time this afternoon.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Neeru. First thing, we will take our attention towards, Pakistan versus England, the test match. An absolute run feast for someone who likes watching batters come and score those big ones, get the flavour of T20 in test cricket. This was a delight, but not the ideal test wicket. Under the chairmanship of Ramiz Raja, something like this happening is not good news for Pakistan.
Well, fair enough. Yes, you're right. All credit to the Indian captain Ben Stokes for making a game out of it.
That's right.
Otherwise, everybody had thought of it being a run test, and England scores heavily, then Pakistan scores heavily, then England scores, and then it'll be a dead end, a dull draw. But full credit to Ben Stokes to make a match out of it, and on the fourth day, and then it looked like at one point of time that Pakistan had a chance to win, and it looked like England had a chance to win. So all results were possible by the end of the day.
I think you're quite right. I'm just reading some of the quotes on Twitter. Even Nasser Hussain has said that's one of the greatest displays of captaincy he's ever seen. Everyone's talking about Brendan McCullum as the reason this England side has changed, but how much do you attest to the work of Ben Stokes' captaincy?
Well, no, because full credit to Ben Stokes' captaincy, because Ben Stokes has to buy into the Baz McCullum theory, right?
Yes.
And the Baz ball theory. If he doesn't buy into it, then he won't be doing this. And you know how many, if you go on a historic tour to Pakistan after so many years, and then you're going to risk losing the game just to make the match out of it, I think not many captains would have the gumption to do it, but Ben Stokes went ahead and to the challenge, and I think that was wonderful, awesome captaincy and leadership.
As far as captaincy is concerned, we'll shift your focus from captaincy of Ben Stokes to captaincy and a few other issues that Rohit Sharma is facing, in Bangladesh. First thing, Rishabh Pant going back home, no replacement wicketkeeper coming in. Sanju Samson is still sitting in India, and the gloves are being handed over to KL Rahul. What is happening with Indian cricket as of now?
Well, I think the best person to answer that would be Coach Rahul Dravid or the captain Rohit Sharma, who, other than everybody else, including the selectors, seem to know what they're doing. But it's quite confounding, this whole move. Rishabh had a niggle apparently. The medical team said he takes rest. Fair enough, he'll be back for the test matches. But having said that, to make KL Rahul play as the makeshift wicketkeeper, I think that's sending a signal somewhere down the line that team management still doesn't want to let go of KL Rahul, and he's scoring runs and they have full faith in him. Fair enough. But you also need somebody like, I think, Sanju Samson as a backup wicketkeeper to give that X factor which both Pant and Samson bring to the batting lineup, as those fearless, strikers, hard hitters of the ball. But clearly, Coach Dravid and Captain Sharma have other plans. Not necessarily everybody is liking it, but let's see where it goes and how long this goes on.
I think the main problem with India was they didn't have a ball spinner to rub the ball on to get some shine, the way England did against Pakistan in what was, an incredible result. We can talk more about some of those world records in the England versus Pakistan Test match that were broken. But sticking with the India side in this series, where do they go to next as they prepare for the second match of the one-day international series?
So they seriously need to sort out their batting lineup, and they need to have. I don't see in this current batting lineup any X factor. I mean, if you exclude Rishabh Pant, right now, tell me who's there who gives you that, plus batting that adds things to the batting lineup. None at the moment, but I don't think we have an option for the moment. We'll have to stick with this, and maybe in the next one-day series. There's still some time, few months to go before the World Cup. We'll sort it all out.
Yeah, we'll be playing as many as 25 ODIs before the World Cup comes up. So yes, we have an opportunity to fine-tune the errors. But then, within the wings of what we've seen as a wicketkeeper batter, we've also kept a young Ishan Kishan who is waiting to come out and display his talent. He's a fantastic left-handed batter that adds value to your batting lineup. Plus, he is a very good wicketkeeper. He's fearless. He's a floater. You can use him anywhere, make him open, bring him at 5. Why not try him?
No. I think there is a perfect case for Ishan Kishan to come into the batting lineup in the playing 11 since Pant is not there, and I think he's done that in the past very well. And he's whatever challenge has been thrown at Ishan Kishan, he's always accepted it and delivered. So I don't think there is an issue. But it's not about you and me. It's about coach and captain wanting Ishan Kishan in the 11. I have a feeling they will go with it with Ishan from the next match onwards, simply because you don't want to risk your main batter or full-time batter like KL Rahul with any injury or anything like that. So I would want to believe that Ishan Kishan would be playing the next, if not the next, but the remaining ODIs after that.
Right, no, definitely. Eyes will be on him. It's been a fantastic, change as far as Bangladesh is concerned. We saw Little Das coming out so bravely and delivering what could have been potentially one of the biggest wins in recent times for them.
Yes, because Ishan Kishan has done whatever the team management has asked him to do.
Right.
Open the innings, been in the middle order. He's done whatever and he's delivered. So I think he is in that form and in the frame of mind. I think they should capitalize on it. Why they are not doing it is very, very surprising. I guess this particular team management is in for some serious critical evaluation for their decision making at some point of time.
Neeru, Surya Yadav wasn't part of India's tour of Bangladesh.
Yeah.
But there were some reports that at the bottom of Rohit Sharma's bat, there were actually the initials SK Yadav, which means he could have actually been batting with Surya Yadav's bat. Are you across this story, or are you aware of this?
Yes, I am. And, sadly enough, or not sadly won't be the right choice of word. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Rather, I is busy playing, turning out for his Ranji team Mumbai in the Ranji Trophy, the trophy matches that are about to start soon, later this week. So I think there is space for Surya Kumar Yadav in the longer format of the white ball game, as well as in Test cricket also. Like I said, they have not been. There have been some very questionable decisions made by the previous selection committee and the current team management, and I would want to believe that by the end of this tour to Bangladesh, something would be sorted out.
We definitely hope that all those things that get sorted come in favor of India, because in what, about less than a year's time we have the World Cup, and that too in India. The last time something like this happened, India ended up winning the World Cup, so the expectations definitely would be extremely high.
Absolutely. And I think time for experimentation would more or less be over after this.
Yeah, I think so too.
How long can experiment? They've been experimenting and tinkering with the batting lineup and the bowling thing for the last few months and few series, and I think that's time enough. So they need to take a call on who they would look at, the larger group of, let's say, 20 or 18 odd players whom they want to keep continuing playing and rotating in the playing 11.
My last question to you, Neeru, would be Shikhar Dhawan and his position in the side. Would he be the one who Team India will carry on till the World Cup?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anything wrong with his one-day form. He takes time slowly to go into the, to build the innings. But then when he does play a long innings, it really helps. He needs that one anchor sheet. And remember, the World Cup is being played at home in India, and the conditions would be very different.
Absolutely.
So I think Shikhar should be in the picture because even if you look at Ishan Kishan or anybody else, they're all makeshift openers. They're not.
True.
And you never know with KL Rahul's tendency of getting injured or something. So you need Shikhar around.
No, in the way KL has been playing against the bigger opponents in recent times, I think Shikhar Dhawan would have been invariably a much better option even in the T20 World Cup.
Right. Shikhar Dhawan has delivered and has scored consistently. Half centuries, etc. Good I mean, he's given a decent start to the team. Wherever he's been playing in the one-day form, he's been leading the team also. So I don't see a reason why he shouldn't be playing. His fielding remains fine. His catching remains fine. Despite the age factor, if that is any consideration. And his run-scoring abilities are also fine. He's slow in making a start, relatively slower than before. But you don't have to play bang every time in the power play.
Very true.
I think for somebody else like a very attractive stroke maker like K.R. Rahul on the other end, I think Shikhar is very valuable to the team.
Neeru, just one final question before you go. Going back to the test match between Pakistan and England, some of the results were extraordinary. England scoring 400s on the first day in a world record. But overall, there were 700s in the game, and Joe Root didn't make one of them. Is it time to sack Joe Root?
I thought I was checking the scorecard and I was amazed at how could Joe Root kind of miss out on this opportunity. I mean,
Exactly.
Because he's one guy who will pounce on an opportunity to score big, given the conditions, if they are all suitable. But having said that, I think they all came to the party and they all, it was fantastic. It was a fantastic match to watch. If you are going to wait for a result in the last innings on the 5th day of Test match, I think what more do you want? And you don't know which way it is going.
No,
wonderful.
You get test matches like that, and red ball cricket is alive and well. Neeru, we appreciate your time again. Thank you for joining us here on TSB.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. There's Neeru Bhatia, the Deputy Chief and the Bureau Sports Writer for The Week magazine, discussing all things cricket. And I think, unfortunately, a couple of great results are lost on a lot of people, given that the World Cup is being played at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, people obviously have kept themselves, glued to the World Cup and the developments, even if they've never watched football throughout the year or for 4 years. Every time the World Cup comes up, everyone becomes a football expert, and rightly so. I mean, it's the festivity of this beautiful sport called football. So why not?
TSB Talk Sport Business on